everybody, it's Christine again, and today we are counting down the top 10 best candy bars in the USA. This list doesn't reflect my personal top 10. I compiled this list by polling people on social media. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you would like to be involved in that. Travel Girl 785. And so polling them, and then also online lists that already exist, as well as once I got all of those, I narrowed it down to the top 10 and put it in order of what my favorites would be out of these 10. Okay, so the first one and number 10 on our list is the Almond Joy. You may remember from my worst candy bars video that the Mounds was included in that. And Almond Joy for me, I would not choose to eat this because it has coconut in it, and we all know I don't like coconut that much, although it's growing on me. But this also has almonds and it's milk chocolate instead of dark chocolate. And there were just so many people whose favorite candy bar was Almond Joy that I could not leave it off the list. So let's go ahead and try this. The Almond Joy was created in 1946 by Peter Paul Candy, founded by 6 Armenian immigrants. Pretty interesting. Okay, so we've got this bar. It's got 2 almonds, milk chocolate, and a bed of coconut. The almond adds something to it. And the milk chocolate's a little bit sweeter. I honestly don't hate it. It's a good candy bar, especially if you like coconut. Great candy bar for that. Okay, so this next one is the youngest candy bar on our list. It is the Reeses Take 5. It started off as just Take 5, but now it's Reeses Take 5 because Reese's took over the manufacturing of it. It was produced in 2004, and the 5 indicates the ingredients that are in here. So it's chocolate, peanuts, caramel, peanut butter, and pretzel. So it's got a lot going on. We'll open this up, and I think this also comes in 2 pieces, which is kind of nice. You can eat one, save one for later. I'm gonna eat this side because it looks like it's got more stuff in there. I definitely get the pretzel. I'm not getting any caramel or caramel, however you choose to pronounce it. Lots of peanut butter. I've got the chocolate. The peanuts are in here and the pretzel, but I'm not getting any caramel. Okay. I see the caramel in there. I'm just not really tasting it, honestly. That doesn't mean this is a bad bar. This is a good candy bar. It's got a lot going on. It's got a good crunch with the pretzel. I love peanut butter and chocolate together. Yeah, I wouldn't like necessarily buy this off the rack thinking, yes, I'm gonna eat that, because it's not something I think about when I'm going for a candy bar, but it's really good. This deserves to be number 9 on our list. Okay, so the next one, very contentious. This is actually, could have appeared on our worst list, the Butterfinger. It was produced in 1923, and then the Ferrera company bought the rights in 2018 and changed the recipe. So I've had this before the recipe was changed. I don't know if I remember it very well, but then this is the new recipe, I guess. So we'll try it and see if I like it better. I've never been a huge fan of Butterfingers because of the texture. It gets stuck in your teeth. It's very sticky. But I loved, they used to carry Butterfinger BBs, and they were these little balls with the Butterfinger and the chocolate, and just, it was perfect. I wish that they would bring those back. Those were really good. You can see layers in there. Yeah. This definitely tastes different than what I remember. I don't know if it's just because I have a bad memory or because the recipe makes it taste a lot different. It's not as peanut buttery as I remember, and it's not quite as sticky. The chocolate is definitely a better quality, I will say. It's not as chalky as I remember. That's a good candy bar. It does get stuck in your teeth, but it tastes good. So I can understand why this would be someone's favorite. It's number 8 on our list. Some people love this bar, some people hate this bar. It is the Three Musketeers. So the Three Musketeers was manufactured first in 1932. And the reason why it's called the Three Musketeers is because it originally had 3 pieces in the bar with 3 different flavors: vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. So I didn't know that. That's kind of interesting. And this is basically just chocolate fluffy nougat covered in chocolate. It's very simple. I personally really like this. I don't know why people would have a problem with it. It's just chocolate, but for some reason, some people really hate this candy bar. But I really like it. I'm glad it's on the top 10. It's so light and fluffy. That nougat is kind of marshmallowy, but it's chocolate on chocolate. I think it's so good. It is very sweet, and there's not a lot of texture differences. So I can understand why somebody wouldn't choose it over something else, but I don't know why you'd hate this. It's delicious. Number 6 on our list is a favorite of mine. I really like it. It started in 1964, and it is the 100 Grand Bar. It was named after a game show, but 100 grand in the US is a lot of money. In other places in the world, 100 grand is not a lot of money. So when they introduced this bar in South Africa, they added a 0 to make it the million bar. It has crisped rice, chocolate, and caramel. It is so good. I love it. The caramel is so chewy. And then you get the texture difference with the crisp rice and the chocolate. So good. It does stick in your teeth too. So I guess my argument about Butterfinger doesn't really hold up. This is number 6. So good and so sticky. Number 5 on our list, and it is the Milky Way. This candy bar goes by a lot of different names in other countries. In the US, it's the Milky Way. It was started in 1924, and it's had a lot of changes over the years. Now it is milk chocolate, caramel, and chocolate nougat. There's also another version of this bar, and now it's called the Milky Way Midnight, and I love it so much. I didn't include it here because it wasn't popular enough on the lists and the polls to be in the top 10, but it's one of my favorite bars. It's so good. It has vanilla nougat, kind of marshmallowy, and then caramel and dark chocolate. So good. It balances out so well. But this is just the regular one, and it has caramel and nougat in it. And it's very silky caramel, not too chewy, with that chocolate nougat inside. It's really good. It's basically a Three Musketeers with caramel in it. It's a nice addition. I really like this. Number 5 on our list. Okay, so number 4 is a beloved bar all around the world. It is the Kit Kat. Do you guys remember the jingle? At least in the US, the jingle is like, give me a break, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Do you remember that? It was in the commercials. They had a brilliant marketing team. Maybe they still do. I don't watch a whole lot of TV with commercials anymore, so I don't know. But Yeah, this is so good. This is the smaller version. Obviously, it's supposed to have 4 fingers. They call them fingers. This only has 2 because it's the fun size. So the Kit Kat was introduced in 1935, and it's known worldwide, and it was actually developed because somebody suggested in the plant that they were making other things to create something that a person, at that time it was a man, could put in their lunchbox to take with them to work. So that's why it was developed. And now it's manufactured all over the world. And in Japan, you can get like tons of different flavors. And in the US, you can get some other flavors too, but not as many as in Japan. So this is just the classic milk chocolate with wafers. Perfect. Those crunchy, crispy wafers with milk chocolate. It's just great. Like, this is just a great candy bar. Great texture. I just have nothing bad to say about it. It's so good. So number 3 on the list, it is the Twix bar. And the Twix was developed in 1967, and it was called the Raider in mainland Europe until 1991, and then in some countries it stayed the Raider until 2000. So some countries didn't know it as Twix until recently, or the last like 20 years, 30 years. And usually, obviously, you'd get 2, and there's like the right Twix and the left Twix and whatever. It's so good. You got that crunchy cookie, the caramel, not too sticky, and the milk chocolate. It's a great combination. Great textures. Great flavor. It's great. All of these are so good. Okay, so the next 2, it was really hard to decide which one was going to be number 1, and you probably are going to disagree with me on this, but it is what it is. I put it in order of what I want. So number 2 is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. And it was developed in 1923 by H.B. Reese, and his candy company was established in the basement of his house. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, so good. Always wanted to get these in the Halloween baskets, you know, because it's just a great candy. Peanut butter and chocolate is a classic, so good, and Reese's does it right. They know exactly how to get the right combination of chocolate to peanut butter. Some would argue that this is not a candy bar because it's not a bar, it's a cup, but whatever. Reese's is a candy bar. Usually it comes with 2 cups. This is a fun size, only 1. And it's a cup. It's so good. Peanut butter, chocolate, in perfect harmony and ratios. It's so good. You can't get much better than this, but you can get a little bit better, in my opinion, because number 1 on my list has got to be Snickers. It's just my opinion. I grew up with Snickers. My grandfather always had Snickers when we would come over. And so maybe it's a nostalgia thing for me as well, but I love Snickers. It was started in 1930 and named for the Mars family horse. Their favorite horse was named Snickers. So that's what they named this candy bar, and it's fantastic. Yeah. Perfect. It's perfect bar. Caramel, nougat, peanuts, chocolate. Amazing textures. Perfect flavors. This is the perfect candy bar. If you don't agree, or if I missed your favorite, let me know in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment in the comment box below. I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.